I want to go to the OneLogin days. How did you get the first customers? I only ever asked you, like, how did you find those first 5 customers, 10 customers? Like, were they just people you knew, or cold call? How did you get them?
So the thing about single sign-on is if you don't integrate to anything, it doesn't do anything. So what we would do is we would get uh, the companies we integrated with to write a blog post about the integration. And this was even before SAML was a thing. And because most of the SaaS companies at the time didn't support SAML, it was Salesforce and WebEx and the big ones, because in order to use SAML, you need to have like an identity product from one of the big guys like IBM and Oracle and RSA. And so it didn't apply to startups. So what we did was we built these SAML toolkits in different languages, and we started pushing them to different SaaS vendors. And there were a few that picked them up because they had a customer who wanted it. And then we would use that customer to drive more integrations with other companies. And then it just became a snowball. And we had customers. I remember at one point we got Pandora Internet Radio as a customer, and they said, we're not buying any SaaS apps that don't support SAML. And so, because it was such a big brand at the time, SaaS companies were eager to implement SAML so that they could get them as a logo. And so that really worked for us. And so we would kind of use some of our customers to put pressure on the SaaS vendors to get it done.
Interesting. And so you would go to, like, who was the first SaaS vendor you integrated with?
Oh, I can't remember. There were some that are no longer around. I think Zendesk did it pretty early because we knew those guys.
So then you would build they would build the SAML.
Yes. They would implement SAML in the product. We would create a connector in our catalog. And of course, now everybody who used OneLogin with Zendesk could eliminate all those passwords.
And so then Zendesk would go and push, they would announce it.
Yeah.
You were using you were using the SaaS company to reach.
Yeah, we would get reach through the SaaS companies, but then we would use our customers to put pressure on SaaS companies who didn't support it yet by saying, well, we're only going to buy your product if you work with OneLogin to implement it. And I think there's probably, I would guess, over 10,000 SAML connectors in OneLogin today. Yeah.
Wow.
So I really think we made a huge difference in driving that back then. Obviously, Okta helped a lot, but we were the ones who built the toolkits, who started pushing it early on, because we wanted to democratize it. We wanted to make sure that everybody could benefit from SAML, even like a 5-person shop.
And with Bunny, how have you gotten your first couple customers? Like, how have you done that?
So that was mostly just companies we happened to run into. When we kind of thought we had PMF, we went live, and some people found us online, and we started to talk to them. And we found out, we are still missing a lot of features. And then last year, we got a really valuable customer who became, I would say, more of a design partner, even though they're paying us. But they were running a very interesting business out of Europe, and they needed all these features for, discounts and pausing subscriptions and, annual adjustments and all kinds of stuff. So they really battle tested the product. And and then kind of the word gets out that we started using that as a case study. And again, I think LinkedIn is the best platform for outreach for me to get customers. If I reach out directly to someone who's like founder or CFO, it's not too hard to get a meeting.
Yeah. It's interesting when you say that about this customer being the design partner. I think back to the early days of all the companies I've been in, and those design partners have a huge impact. If you like go rewind all the way back, and you're like, wow, the path we took was very much influenced.
Yeah.
But I think just one or two, we had Netflix in the early days of Better Cloud. And I remember the conversations we had with them kind of directed where we went.
But it's really hard to get a design partner, because why should this company waste their time on a product that may not work out? I just happened to meet another co-founder where we just clicked, and he was like, oh, I saw what you guys did at OneLogin, and we want to learn from that, and so on. And so they had experience with 2 other billing vendors. It was actually a migration project. So they've gone through a lot of billing pain, and it just kind of came together in a perfect way. And I wish every SaaS or every startup could find a customer like that, but it's really hard.
It is hard, but those people they do become kind of I mean, some days your friends, like you said, friends for life, especially the ones. What I find, I tell founders, I say, you want to find the design partner who wants to be there, like wants this almost as a part-time job because they want to see they want to be part of your success story and they want to go like, and that's why I tell founders, like when you find that right design partner, they're a bigger fan of you than anyone. They're like going and cheering you on and like, but it is hard to find those. But when you find them, it's magic. I mean, I end up staying close with the guys from Netflix, they come with Costco, Netflix. I mean, all these companies for many years. And when they would tell you stuff later, well, we got bigger, we raised a lot of money, we had 2,000 customers. And then I would get the email or the text or the chat, and they'd be like, Dave, you fucked up this thing, whatever. And I'm like, yep, we did. I needed someone to tell me that.
Yeah. But it's better to have one customer that uses your product every single day, like where a bunch of people use it, than having 50 people who sign in once a week or once a month. And I've talked to other startups that have that, where they go, yeah, we have like 30 customers, but no one's like really in the product. And we have also customers who don't use it every single day, but the ones that do use it, that's where we learn so much. Like, but finding it is really, really hard. You have to get lucky.